Okay, so I typically don't really have a super specific idea of what I'm gonna do when I start putting these limited colors together. However, today I've got some new powder to test out. This is supposed to be red, and I'd really like it to be like a really nice dark red. And I'm gonna put it over some holographic silver glitter and see if I can't get that dialed in. And yes, I know it didn't look that dark when I mixed it, but when you start doing these baits, you can always add stuff to them, but you can't take stuff out. So I always like to start it off a little lighter than I'm intending, see what it looks like, and then add stuff as needed. So here was a little bit of an accident, and I'm gonna try to clean it up the cool way for the gram with my brand new Magnum injector. Yes, this is a bit of a waste, but I have to clear the air out of these lines anyway before I start, and that's just the price you pay for good content. This is typically a good way to pick up small glitter messes, but after testing this method extensively on this big pile of glitter, I can say that the myth is officially busted, and I am gonna go back to the old-fashioned way. Okay, so after that mess, I can tell this red isn't quite as dark as I want it. Unfortunately, the only red colorant I have right now is this jelly red, which isn't really that dark. But I'm gonna dump a bunch in there and see what happens. And then I'm gonna do what every self-respecting man would do. I'm gonna ask Siri about it. So she told me green and blue. Here's the green. Here's the blue. And let's see what happens. While that's getting a nice mix inside the machine, I'm gonna take the leftovers out of these Pyrexes. Once the plastic cools, it kind of leaves this like film in there, and you can just peel it out once it cools off and hardens, and pop that back in the machine. It'll melt back down with the rest of the batch, and you can shoot it into the baits. That way you're not just throwing it away. I've had some questions about what we do with this in some other videos, so here's how it goes. If you are a fellow lure maker and are looking to do this, I would definitely recommend dropping any remelts like this into the machine while you have a lot of hot plastic in there already. It'll just melt it down a lot quicker and smoother, and you won't end up with like the half melted clunky mess that gets clogged up in your injectors and stuff. Also, if you're wondering what this machine is, it's called a mini shooting star, and it's made by a company called Ultramolds. You can look them up at ultramolds.com. They've got a Facebook and other social medias and stuff. I don't have a link in my bio or anything, but if you Google it, you can find them. They're pretty awesome little machines. Anyway, so here is the moment of truth. Damn it. Not exactly what we were going for, but don't hate it, so let's see what we can do with this. And for all the nerds that are about to jump in the comments and tell me what an idiot I am for thinking that blue and green mixed with red would make darker red, number one, you can blame Siri, and number two, I was too busy fishing to pay attention to fucking art class. After that last mold, I did add a little bit of glitter, but you've already seen me do that a million times, so I'm not gonna put another clip in here of that. Alright, so these ended up, I think, pretty cool. Not exactly the dark red over silver we were looking for, but kind of a cool purple. These also glow red, so that's cool. These are going to be available on February 14th, both online and in person at the Houston Fishing Show. If you're around, hope to see you there.